How's it going, Pizza Donut? And today we're going to be looking at the Witherbloom Pestilence Seekers of Strixhaven precon. Got my green shirt on because it's fitting. Here, this deck is going to operate with creating creatures, sacking creatures, getting +1 counters, and doing life gain, life drain. This deck does a lot, but hey, let's check some of the stuff out. Let's look at the first commander, Dina, Essence Brewer, 3-drop Golgari at 2/3. Whenever you sack a creature, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Not bad. You can spend 2 to tap to sacrifice another creature. You gain X life and put X +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the sacrificed creature's power. Interesting. So it's almost like you could build a strong creature up and then boom, dump it, or you're going to be sacking stuff anyways. Sack it, get its power, put it a counters on something else. Not too bad. Next up, we're going to look at the second phase commander, Gorma the Gullet. Another 3-drop 1/1 pest frog, lifelink. Whenever another creature you control dies, put a +1 counter on Gorma. Again, that sack outlet is going to be real nice. Non-token creatures you control enter with an additional +1 counter on them for each creature that died under your control this turn. You can sack a lot of creatures, put another creature in, boom, is getting +1 counters. I like this commander more than Dina, but we'll see how that all shakes out when people start playing with it. Now let's look at the new cards in this precon. We have Stensian Sanguinist. This is basically the Exsanguinate with the prepared mechanic. It's a 2-drop 2/2. Whenever you attack, target creature gains Death Touch until the end of turn. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player this combat, this creature becomes prepared, which then you can do Exsanguinate. Really, really strong card here. I think this is a really neat mechanic with how you can re-prepare this card because it's another creature that has to do damage. So hey, seems pretty neat. Seems like you can almost prepare this almost every turn. So yeah, I like this one a lot. Next up, we have Ominous Harvest, one of the few spells in this deck. We only have 16 sorceries in instance in this deck total. Ominous Harvest is a 3-drop in black with Gravestorm, which means whenever you cast this spell, copy for each permanent put into a graveyard from the battlefield this turn. Again, you're going to be sacking. This number can get up there. Target player draws a card and loses 1 life. You can then get cards. You can also drain someone to possibly kill him with this card. I think a lot is going to be used more to draw your own cards here. I think this is a neat little card. Next up is going to be Merchant of Venom. Probably one of my favorite cards from this precon. Is a 3-drop in black 1/1 with Menace. When this creature enters, each player sacks a creature of their choice, including yourself. So you're getting 4 sacks. Whenever a potential 4, I'm sorry. Whenever a player sacks a permanent, put a +1 counter on this creature. So he's going to come in at 5/5 possibly with Menace, and then only going to snowball from there as you're sacking creatures. This card is strong. I like this card a lot. Next up, let's look at Defiling Day Goth, can't do math, 5-drop in black, 5/4, Menace. When a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you gain life. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses X life, or X the amount of life you gain this turn. This is super strong. As we saw with some previous cards, you're going to be getting life, like with Exsanguinate. This could snowball out of control pretty quickly. Again, I think this is a really fun card, really strong card, and let's keep on going. Alright, Feral Appetite, one of the few enchants in this deck. There's only, I have it written down, only 5 total. This is one of the new ones. It's a 3-drop in green. Attacking pests you control get +1 and have Death Touch. You can also spend 1 green and 1 generic to exile a target card from a graveyard. If a creature card is exiled this way, create a 1/1 black-green pest creature token. When this token dies, you gain 1 life. A lot of life gain, a lot of creature deal. Also, you do not have to tap this or anything, so you can do this as long as you have the mana to do it. Seems like this is going to be a great way to generate pests. You're going to have a lot of pests with pest building within some of these cards. Think this is a really strong one. Another way to generate creatures to then have to sack them for later for other value. Fun synergy within this deck. The pests do not stop there. We have Pest Rescuer, a 3-drop green 2/2. At the beginning of each upkeep, if you do not control a pest creature token, create a 1/1 black and green pest that does when it dies, gain 1 life. If you would gain life, you gain that much life +1 instead. If it wasn't for that second half of this card, I would say this card is not great. I still don't think it's one of the stronger new cards in here. Not bad. It takes a lot. I mean, you can only create the pest if you don't already have one, so that kind of loses a little value there to me. But not bad overall. Next up, we have Rib Trust Roaster, a 5-drop in green, 3/3 with Devour 1. At the beginning of your end step, create a number of 1/1 black and green pest creature tokens equal to the number of +1 counters on this creature. They have, when this token dies, you gain 1 life. There's a lot of ways to get counters, so to me, this seems like a stronger version of the last card we just looked at because you can make as many as you want. And when it comes in with a Devour, you can sack as any number of creatures, and this creature enters with that many +1 counters on it. So you can come in, sack 3 or 4 creatures, and boom, they're right back. I mean, there's a lot of, not really recursion, but like you're basically losing stuff to just get it right back and still get value out of it. So I think this card is really good. Next up, we have the Centric Pestfinder, a 4-drop in Golgari with trample, and at the beginning of each end step, you gain life this turn. This creature becomes prepared. This will be very easy to prepare this card, and once it's prepared, for 1 black, 1 green, for each opponent, you can create 1/1, or create a 1/1 black and green pest with, when this creature dies, you gain 1 life. So you're going to be getting 3 pests potentially every turn, or well, as long as you're always prepared. Seems really easy to prepare this creature. So yeah, a lot of value in this engine. Not a bad card. Alright, Immoral Bargain, one of the few sorceries added to this deck, is a 3-drop Golgari sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sack X creatures. Destroy X target non-land permanents. Man, if you can get a lot of creatures on the field to sack, you're going to pretty much just blow everybody's up. It's not quite the strongest board wipe I've ever seen, but man, seeing that with the past few cards, we're able to create a lot of pests. There's another card that's going to create zombies in here. A lot of value in this card. Pretty good board wipe. I mean, depending if someone's now if someone's like gone wide and they have like 20 creatures out there, yeah, you're kind of it's going to be a bit tough. But you're the person with 20 creatures, so you're going to sack all your creatures and blow everyone else's stuff up. So pretty strong board wipe if you ask me. So yeah, that's pretty much the overview here of the new cards coming in this precon. I will say there are 3 pretty strong reprints in this deck. We have Orin Frostfang, which has gotten a lot of reprints, but is still a good card. Nether Trader, which is this is the first reprint that I'm aware of. Same with Guillaume Master Chef. Both of those are pretty neat cards when I was looking into them. And as far as the lands are concerned, the lands look pretty good. You have equal swamps and forests. Everything else is a dual land or a generic land outside of Bojuka Bog, which is a fantastic card, and it pretty much should be included in all black decks. But yeah, not a bad precon. This is the one precon that has the lowest value as far as projected pricing of new cards as well as reprints. But I think this deck's going to be a lot of fun. I think it has a lot going for it. But at the same time, I'm afraid that may be kind of like a too many cook situation, because you're trying to do counters, you're trying to do tokens, you're trying to do life gain, life drain. A lot going on. Overall, really cool deck. Let me know what y'all think, and catch me tomorrow if I can get around to doing the next preview.